Fight the good fight and never give up, no matter what. Who inspired me for that? Stella Shepherd, my great grandma, my dad's grandma. She was a Seventh-day Adventist. In other words, in case you don't know what an Adventist is, they believe in Saturday, same God. Sunset Friday to sunset Saturday, they do not buy, sell, and or trade. If you'll forgive the noise and forgive, I got a sore tongue on the right, so if I talk a little funny, you'll understand. There's a car across the road that sits there sometimes. I think they're waiting for their school kid, or else they love to watch me make videos. I don't know which. She fight the good fight. She should know. She lived to be 97, passed away in 1991. What tickles me about this public library, you'll see a lady come in with a couple kids, and maybe the libraries give them a website, you know, a little extra, or check out this extra book, and you'll hear them in here. I ain't got time. My great grandma had 12 kids, lived in Stearns, Kentucky. She ran a mom and pop store. She owned and operated, and still had time. I don't understand generations. Anyway, she was 100% strict vegetarian. How strict was my dear great grandma Stella Shepherd? I witnessed this. No one in the family knows about this unless the lady or my grandma said it. I was in the living room when this happened, and there was no one else in the living room. I don't know who it was, but somebody had their kid with them. Anyway, somebody called her grandma and says, I have some homemade bread for you, Grandma. Now great grandma, she called everybody honey. How strict a vegetarian was she? She asked this question with a stern but gentle face. Honey, does it have any animal shortening in it? The lady gets a little odd look on her face. Says, yeah, it's got 2 tablespoons. You know, what the recipe calls for. My great grandma spoke up, Stella Shepherd, and says, take it back. Take the gift back. She was that strict of a vegetarian. I'm not making that up. I witnessed that. Oh, well, you know, and you can see a little bit of hurt on the lady's face. You know, making bread ain't cheap. It's, you know, cost time. But that's just how my grandma Shepherd was. My grandpa was the sweetest person I've ever known. And she had the ultimate weapon that never dulled for fighting life's battles. The Bible. She always had it on her lap. She had a huge magnifying glass sitting there. She weighed about 300 pounds, give or take. She was a heavy woman, and they had a rope from the ceiling so she could pull herself up. Every now and then she'd go in the kitchen and make her some vegetable soup. She had a very white complexion. I don't know her medical condition, if she was a diabetic or what. I don't know what was cause of death. I'm assuming her heart. My Aunt Sarah was present when she passed away, took her last breath. But that last breath, in the blink of an eye, will be the kingdom of God. I think she's saved. I mean, she's the most religious person I've ever. Now, I didn't agree with her religion. Say I'm a Baptist, and to this day, some of my family members, well, my dad, he still tries to convert me to his religion, and I don't want that. So I respect their religion. They have every right to it. But I don't always agree. I don't always agree with it. You know, if it's Friday night, I buy. I don't care. You know, I'm not. I don't go to church. And to a lot of religions, I don't go to church. That sends me to automatically H-E-double-L. I don't believe that. I think it's what's in your heart, not which building you go into. You may disagree with me. That's fine. That's your right. But I don't know. But great grandma Shepherd, she was. I was going to say it's my dad's grandma already. I already spoke of that. My tongue's a little raw, so you have to bear with me here. Every time, every syllable, every word, it hurts. Those Reese's Pieces, I think, did it, but I ate some. I think once that sensitivity leaves, they won't bother me as bad. I like chewing on them, but if it doesn't heal, I'll have to stop for a while. But yeah, she ran a store in Stearns, Kentucky, McCreary County, Kentucky, and she was born in 1894. I think she's buried over in Whitley City. I'm not sure, but her tombstone says, "I'll see my children in heaven," something to the effect. You know, 97 years old, she had to be doing something right. That Bible in her lap, that Bible estate in her lap didn't hurt none. Of course, you know, I haven't looked at a Bible in 15, 20 years. But I still think that Bible kept her going. And I don't think, I take after her here a little bit. I don't think she had no TV either. I don't remember. I've never, you know, if you're my repeat viewer, if you've been with me a year or two, you know I've made a video about no television. And part of that, I take after her. I don't remember my grandma ever having a television set on. I really don't. I can't remember a TV in her. She always stayed in the living room. She slept in the living room. She's too heavy, you know, to move around. And probably against the doctors, you know, the doctor probably told her not to. I don't know if it was a glandular. I don't know why she gained weight or why she was heavy. She's an attractive woman when she was younger. And I've heard how she was a real strict parent. I guess with 12 kids you got to be. But anyway, sweetest person on this earth, and I miss her. But after 97 years, God called her home.